천천히 여러분 한국어 지금도 산다. Okay, so today I have a Korean language progress update for you guys. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you know I don't usually do progress updates, and that is simply because since I'm at an intermediate level in Korean, it's a lot harder to measure my progress. It's just so slow that it's hard to be like, today I learned how to, like, that just don't happen. So I don't really do progress updates. But today I have something to share. I have realized something and I'd like to share that with you, and that is why we are here. So as you guys know, I am going to Korea very soon. I'm going to Korea very soon, and like a lot of you know, I studied abroad in Korea for a year, and during that time I made a lot of Korean friends, and I recently started calling all of them. So I started calling them 2 days before I told you guys, or rather 2 days before I filmed a video telling you guys that I was going. And I was calling them, and y'all, I was seriously going through like my KakaoTalk, like contacts, and being like, we were good friends, I'ma call you. And I was literally calling them because text messages, I was like, bro, I wanted them to hear my excitement, okay? And I wanted to hear their excitement. So, because these are people I was so close to, right? So I was calling them, and they're Korean, right? So when they answered like the call, they were all like, oh, 여보세요? And I was like, oh, 여보세요. So basically I'd like call them and like probably scream their name, like my friend Jimin. So my friend Jimin, we hung out a lot, like a lot. So when I called her, she was like, 여보세요? And I was like, Jimin! That girl probably hurt her ears. Sorry, Jimin. I'm sorry. But so basically I was like, bro, like most of the conversations I was having were in Korean, with the exception of a few, which is a big deal. This is the reason I'm making this progress update. So my mind like exploded because I was having these conversations in Korean, like I know what they're saying, they know what I'm saying, it's all great, and like my Korean friends started freaking out. And it wasn't they were freaking out because I was going to Korea. They're freaking out because they were all saying, literally all of them were like, you're Korean, like it's gotten so good, like what? Like they were in disbelief, bro, disbelief. I was like, what? So when I was in Korea, all these people that I called, or at least the majority of them that I called, speak fantastic English. Like they speak amazing English. So when I was in Korea, the majority of our conversations were in English because it was just inefficient for me to speak to them in Korean. And when I was in Korea, the majority of the time that I was using Korean, it was like I'm talking to a taxi driver, or I'm talking to the emo at a restaurant, or I'm going to the doctor or the store, or I'm traveling by myself. Like I could speak Korean, but I couldn't speak it well enough to have an effective conversation, if that makes sense. Like it just wasn't as efficient speaking in English to my friends, because they were just so good at English, and my Korean, like at the time I'd been studying Korean for less than a year. Like some of those friends, I met them when I first got to Korea, which means I had only been learning Korean for 2 months. So like my Korean was not, for conversational Korean, I was only speaking to Koreans that couldn't speak English. So like my church friends, the majority of them don't speak English. So those conversations were in Korean. They were hard, really hard. But like, I'm just trying to say, like I could speak Korean, but like not to where I could have a conversation comfortably. So when I was talking to my friends, they were all freaking out because they're like, oh my gosh, we're speaking Korean, like we're having a conversation in Korean. Like they were amazed, and then I was amazed because I hadn't really realized like the amount of growth that has happened since I left Korea. It's so funny, like if you think about it, right? Everyone's like, oh, you have to go to a foreign country so you can learn how to speak, like you have to go to a foreign country so you can like practice your speaking skills, right? And that obviously was not the case for me. And so my friends, like they're like, you're not even in Korea, and suddenly like your speaking skills went like through the roof. Like what were you doing? And I was like, I literally told them in Korean, I was like, I was arguing with myself. That's literally it. Like yeah, I have Korean friends here, but we usually don't speak Korean that much. Like, we'll speak in English most of the time because, like, I don't know, it's just what we do. I was like but yeah, so when I called my roommate Yerim, I feel like I talk about her a lot. Anyway, so she was one of the first people that I called, and it was 2 in the afternoon Korea time. So I call her, and my roommate Yerim, she's sleep girl, bro, person. Yerim sleeps throughout the day. She is literally, her friends literally call her a sloth because she sleeps like all day. But yeah, it was 2 p.m. in Korea when I called her, and she answered the phone and she was like, 여보세요? Like super like sleepy voicey. And 예림 지금 보고 있으면 죄송합니다. But anyway, so she answered and I literally didn't even say hello. I was like, 예림, 한국에서 2시간인데 아직도 자냐? Like, Yerim, like, it's 2 p.m. in Korea and you're still sleeping? Like, what are you doing with your life? And she was like, she's like, 갑자기. Like, she was basically like, the first word that came out of her mouth was like, why are you speaking Korean so well? Like, oh my gosh, what? And like, during our whole conversation of me telling her, like, I'm going to Korea, I'm gonna be like in your hometown, like, are you gonna be free? Like, I really miss you, let's hang out, girl, oh my gosh. And then like during that whole conversation, she kept freaking out. Like, she was like, oh my gosh, like, you're speaking Korean so well, like, oh my gosh. Like, she was like, this is crazy. Like, she just couldn't she just couldn't believe it. She was like, what's going on? And yeah, it was a good conversation. It was pretty amazing because I understood everything she said. There was one word in our whole like 10-minute conversation that we had that I didn't know. And that's just amazing to me because when I'm studying like with my Korean textbooks and like my like other like language learning resources for Korean, like when I do the listening stuff, there's a lot of things I don't understand. Like, there's so many things like I just honestly don't understand. And when I took the TOPIK in April, like my brain hurt. Like, I honestly didn't know a lot of the things that they were saying. So I kind of like felt like, oh, like, yeah, I can speak Korean and yeah, like I can like understand and read it and stuff, but like it's not that great. Like, it's not super anything really because I can't even understand like these lower intermediate like resources. Like, but then I realized, like, you know, I've been having conversations with all of my friends in Korean. Like, I know what they're saying, they know what I'm saying, and like they're like, I had friends that were like, your pronunciation is like really good, and I was like, oh, thanks. And some of them were like, you know, like you sound like, another one, she was like, oh, like if I didn't know, like I'd think you were Korean, which she's probably exaggerating. Let's get honest, she's probably exaggerating. But like the fact that she's like, seriously, like your grammar is like really good, and I was like thanks. Like the fact that they were like, oh, like your pronunciation has gotten so much better, you're like speaking like so well, and like your grammar's really good, like what, like they were just like, what? Just like showed me like, you know, I thought like I was like, I'm not gonna say I thought I was bad at Korean, that's not true. I definitely have thought like you're intermediate, except for when I got my TOPIK scores. Like my TOPIK test told me that I wasn't intermediate. My TOPIK test was like, you're upper beginner, and I was like, are you sure? Are you sure, bro? But it made me realize, I guess, like I really do speak colloquial Korean or like conversational Korean, even though these textbooks are hard. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. It was that I just, in summary, because I feel like I've rambled a lot already, but in summary, my conversations with my Korean friends and the fact that like some of these friends I have not talked to since I left Korea. Like, you know, it was like the casual like, happy birthday, oh thanks, how's your day, it's good, and then we don't talk anymore, and then happy birthday, you know, because we're friends but we just don't have anything like to talk about. So calling them and them freaking out, like these are people I talked to every day when I was in Korea. Like these are people like I lived with, literally lived with, and like for them to say like, you know, you've improved so much, like this is crazy. Like, I don't know, it means a lot to me that they feel that way, because I really hadn't, like I knew I improved. Again, like I knew I improved, but like I guess I didn't realize it, like how much I've improved, especially in speaking. I think speaking is probably the thing that I've improved in the most, is speaking. Because I remember them being like, you know, you didn't speak Korean to us that much. And I was like, yeah, I'm just not shy anymore. I don't know, like when I speak Korean, I'm not shy. Like if I mess up, I mess up. It's fine. Like if you understand me, like I can make a mistake. Like it's okay. Like honestly, like it's embarrassing sometimes. Yeah, but like I'm not, it doesn't keep me from speaking anymore like it used to. So yeah, anyway, that was, I just had to share that because I thought it was so interesting. I called so many people and they were all saying the same thing. Like I was like, wow, good to know. Anyway, that's all I have for today, and I'll see you guys next time. So, 다음에 봐요 guys. Bye.